Dark rib things.
Oh my
It's
God.
there. That's
Virginized.
They did.
They're sensing our...
This is
It's making me laugh, I know.
so excited.
I just want people to understand that there's positive ET contact being made now. Not negative, but very, very positive. With all the negativity that we've received, I just want to tell my story.
Enlightened contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. Pacific NorthWEIRD invites you to the ECETI Ranch, a mystical vortex in southern Washington where thousands of people flock to every year in hopes of seeing UFOs in the skies above Mount Adams. ET phone home, but there's no cell phone reception out here.
A lot of people don't believe that people who are into this use critical thinking. We most certainly use critical thinking, especially when we're here at night watch, because what we're doing is we have to differentiate between what would be an airplane, a satellite, or a UFO. And we have computer technology here that'll tell us. And we've counted for every satellite 9 UFOs. So, you know, we do know when the satellites are overhead, but when the UFOs are over, they're a little bit more impressive. So it's really amazing to be here.
They certainly don't appear to be satellites, because satellites move like this. Well, if my finger was moving straighter there. But what we saw last night, things were moving like this. Like nothing man-made.
You'll notice a certain star kind of blinking off and on, or a shooting star will catch your eye, or else things will seem to be moving kind of slowly and erratically in the sky. And I'm still kind of perplexed by it. Like, I'm not at the point where I'm saying, oh, I clearly saw an alien spacecraft, blah, blah, blah. But there is a unique quality to the sky viewing experience that I've never experienced anywhere else.
And when people come here, they meet the owner of the place, James Gillen, who's got this 900-acre ranch that everybody lodges at, sleeps at. And then at night they have a gathering. It's called the Star Watch, or the Night Watch. And you go out there and you look up into the sky, and all of a sudden you begin to see orbs form in the sky that move down towards the ranch. They fly overhead. Some are brighter than others.
And so as I was walking around the different locations around here, all of a sudden I had these heavy-duty brain surges. It was like kind of like from the top of my head rolling all the way back. And it's like, whoa, and I felt like I was going to pass out. And so afterward, I talked to James and I explained to him what I was feeling, what I was going through. And he just kind of smiled and goes, oh, those are just downloads from the Pleiadians. And I go, okay. Cool, I hope it sort of inspires me, or, you know, does something benevolent.
I initiated the contact through meditation. And I was watching a video with James Gilliland, and he was describing one of the beings that he met on the ship, and her name was Ba-Geet. And he said she had amazing hugs and this amazing love energy, and if people really want to, there's a possibility they could connect with this fifth dimensional feline, a cat person, who's from a place called Sirius. This is a place that draws me here because I know Ba-Geet is here physically. And I know when I look up through the stars and I see those little ships, I know she's in one of them. And now I know I'm only a couple miles from her, you know. So that's kind of the reason I come here, is it's a spiritual thing for me.
I'm not going to say it's alien spaceships, but you know, you gotta take that into consideration too. I mean, it's probably the last thing you'll take into consideration. I think sometimes piezoelectric balls of light are seen here because we are near a volcano, but there's other things you just can't explain. And so that's what we try to do when we're here at ECETI, trying to explain that.
Then also I noticed over at Mount Adams that there were lights that were shining really bright. And apparently those lights have been shining there for hundreds, if not thousands of years. I guess there's Indian folklore about, you know, lights on the mountains, so I think there's definitely some relevance to that.
I'm like, well, what is that? That can't be real, you know, I must just be seeing things. But then you see it again, and then you see it again, and you're like, well, okay, I guess I'm actually seeing this.
UFO neck is something I experienced firsthand on the ECETI grounds. Now, UFO neck is when you're looking up, waiting to see some atmospheric aerial phenomenon, and you get a crank in your neck, you strain it a bit. I still have to go and check to see if UFO neck is covered under Blue Shield health insurance.
Morning, little Ba-Geetlet. Just morning, little Frankie Frank. She calls me Frankie Frank. And, you know, because she's very, you know, she's funny, you know. And so that's it. So I get a little kiss in the morning. And if I want a hug, I just get a hug. But if you did want to ask her a couple questions, let me see. She says, okay.
What does Ba-Geet think of my jacket?
She likes it. She likes the color. She likes it because you're different and you stand out. And she loves colorful things like flowers. So that's, and she likes your glasses too because they match your coat.
When I look at the pictures that we have, I'll make it larger and larger, and you can see like a face in there.
Yeah, they got little faces.
Yeah, some of them have faces.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is.
And they're perfectly circled too.
Actually, I've seen them in the night sky. I did some experiments where I took photographs, digital photographs of the night sky
There you go.
over my house, and then enlarged those like sections of it, and I saw like beings, like beings and faces. And,
Yeah,
it
faces.
was incredible.
Obviously, it's a very peaceful place, but just the harmony and how people from all walks of life just kind of come together, and you know, they just really enjoy one another's company, and just the vibe, I guess, that this ground emanates. So I'm glad I made the trip.
ECETI is worth the hype. Like, we heard a lot about the place, and I was kind of like, oh, is this gonna be weird? We're gonna be in somebody's house and a bunch of weirdos saying they saw something, and I imagined I'd look up and they'd be like, oh, did you see that? And I'd be like, what? No, there's nothing up there. You're just, you know, looking for something that you're not gonna see. But then when we came here, I'm like, oh, this place is absolutely beautiful. I feel very welcome here. Like, I don't feel like I'm intruding on someone's home. It's set up for people to come here. I feel like I'm making a sales pitch for them, but I kind of am. Like, I want to come back here every year. If I want to go camping, I would rather come camp here than go to a campsite. But I don't know. It's great. I recommend it. 2 thumbs up.
I encourage everyone to come out here at least once in their lifetime. If you ever want to make, I mean, everybody wants to go to Area 51 and camp out at the Black Mailbox. This is one of the places where you don't have to worry about being pursued by the men in black or by anybody military. You just have a great time and you feel the vibe, and it's just wonderful.
ECETI is for real. I don't know what's up there. I don't have an explanation for it. But if you want to experience one of the nicest, weirdest places in the Pacific Northwest, save up $25 and get yourself a camping reservation at ECETI. Do it this summer. Do it when the sky is right. Look up, see something, have a good time. Stay a day, stay 2 days, but do it.
ETs are here now, especially at this time in our evolution, because we are going through an evolutionary shift in consciousness, and it's coming in waves. And as contact becomes more and more, this consciousness will be raised, because people all around the world will start to realize that we're not alone, and that, you know, there's positive ETs and they're here to make contact. And so this is going to raise our collective consciousness, in my humble opinion. And you can see these tears coming out because I get filled with joy when I talk about it.
You seen any aliens? Sasquatches?
You were saying.
Okay, welcome to my show. I'm John Baxter.
Right, I remember him.
Yeah, I used to be
All right, I'll leave you alone.
Yeah.